Why should your money? Martin Clunes, Islands of Britain. Sponsored by Standard Life Active Money SIP.
It's long been said that Britain is an island nation. But it's also a nation of islands. Nobody's quite sure how many, but there are probably about 1,000 round our coasts. I've always wanted to know what life must be like for our islanders. So I'm going on a journey through a hidden Britain.
Oh my God.
From the wild and wonderful islands of the west to the sunny playgrounds of the south. This time, I'm heading north to the most remote islands in the country.
Here I am, the most northerly point in Britain. It's always a good journey when you see a dolphin, isn't it?
Is life here really so different?
Hello.
The only thing I really missed was a good Glasgow curry.
He's quite big. Ah! He's moved!
It's going to be a real adventure. For most of us, our lives are pretty hectic these days. But where I'm going, life is very different. It's already taken me 6 hours to get to Glasgow, and my journey's only just beginning. I'm heading for the most northerly islands in Britain.
It's grand. As you leave mainland Scotland behind you, everything you see then is an island. Some of them look so small, then you check on the map and they're inhabited. And they look so appealing and exciting and enticing. I can't wait to get on them.
I've always been intrigued by islands. I wonder if islanders are much the same as the rest of us, or have they developed different ways of coping with the isolation of island life? It seems to me the most logical place to start my journey is at the very top of the country.
So now I'm in the Shetland Islands, way up north. In fact, so far north that if you look on a map, they usually take off the Shetland Islands and put them in a little box and put them on the side of the map.
The Shetlands are the most isolated chain of islands in Britain, closer to the Arctic Circle than London. The most northerly island of all is Flugga.
Flugga is a lighthouse rock. Used to be manned, but now it's unmanned. That is the most northerly tip of the British Isles. It's touch and go whether we'll get there because it's quite choppy here, but we're going to go out in this splendid looking boat and see if we can get on it, and I really hope that we can.
It's not going to be easy. This is where the Atlantic and the North Sea meet. Ferocious storms are common, with force 10 gales and colossal waves. In fact, over 500 shipwrecks have been recorded in this area.
It's sort of, yeah, they're quite a big swell.
Someone who knows these waters well is Shetlander Tony Mowat.
That's where the lighthouse is, directly ahead of you there.
Oh, yeah.
Built by Thomas Stevenson, who is father of Robert Louis Stevenson. So remember he wrote Treasure Island?
Yeah.
In fact, Robert Louis Stevenson drew inspiration for his book Treasure Island from this area.
There's 365 steps right to the top.
Suddenly, my desire to reach the very top of the British Isles doesn't seem such a great idea. especially when I look at my landing craft.
Weather's getting up now, Tony, so I'll get everybody to put a life jacket on.
Oh, thank you.
Although people struggle to survive out here, the wildlife thrives.
It's like being under a sort of gannet canopy. I've never seen anything like this in my life. We're just flying round and round. Incredible. What do you think the chances are of getting onto the rock?
I don't think it's very good today, I'm
You don't?
afraid. We can take somebody for a look if they want.
We'll give it a go. Nothing ventured.
While the boat crew worry about getting on the island, I'm more concerned about getting up it.
Okay. Go.
Right, yeah. God almighty. And there's me scared of heights. It's nice to be on terra firma, even if it's slightly slidey. And I've got this vertigo thing, so I'm not enjoying the idea of that. But there you go.
The Northern Lighthouse Board has given us permission to land, but it is at our own risk.
One thing we were told is that don't hang on to the railings, they're not safe, they don't maintain them. That's what they meant.
14 years ago, Muckleflugger had a tiny population of lighthouse keepers. In severe weather, they could be stranded here for months. It really does feel like the end of the earth.
It's the last few steps, 356 steps in total. Oh, it says no access. Come on. Only joking. North is this way. Here I am, the most northerly point in Britain. And you really can get a sense of the geographical and the historical significance of this. To the west there, in the direction of that lovely bit of sunlight, over there is Greenland. To the east, 200 miles or so, is Norway. Due north, go through the Arctic Circle, across the North Pole, you reach Siberia, and then due south there, by my reckoning, 730 miles away, is my house in Dorset. It really is a most spectacular place. And even though it's a bit scary getting here, it's really worth it. This is the northernmost full stop of Great Britain.
It's one thing to be posted to a far-flung island for work, but nearby, one man has chosen to live alone on an island the size of a football pitch.
That's it, Forvik there. Tiny little dark landmass.
Until recently, Forvik was deserted. Now it's occupied by just one man, Stuart Hill, who's caused a global stir by declaring his island independent from Britain.
Hi, Stuart. Hi, how you doing? Lovely evening for it. Perfect.
Although Forvik is tiny, Stuart is encouraging the rest of the Shetlands to follow his lead and break away from the UK.
You can't go any further than there until you've had your passport stamped.
Oh, righto. So everyone who comes gets their passport stamped, yeah?
Yes.
Stuart believes the UK has no legal rights over the Shetlands or its rich
does that mean, crown dependency? I've never heard that before.
It means I have a direct relationship with the Crown, but not with the government. I recognise the Queen, but I don't recognise the UK government or the EU.
I'm a bit like that.
Yeah.
How come you're here? How did this come about?
Well, I've been researching Shetland's legal and constitutional position for about 5 years. The assumption is that Shetland belongs to Scotland, and that's what everything is based on. But no one can tell you a date when it happened. So if there is no date, then it didn't happen. And my research tells me that not only did it not happen, but it could not have happened.
Stuart is so convinced of Forvik's sovereignty that he plans to mint his own currency. He's already flying his own flag.
I've used Norwegian lion to show Shetland's Norwegian origins, and it reads Medlergum Skaulandbygja. That's Old Norn for by laws the land will be built.
To whip up public support, Stuart has even started his own website offering honorary citizenship and land sales.
I'm selling tiny little plots all the way around the edge to Shetlanders until we've got 8,000 of them.
8,000 plots on this?
Yes, all the way around the edge. And it's important that they're around the edge because then everybody has a bit of foreshore, which gives them access to the sea. And last week I put an announcement on the website inviting oil companies to bid for the exploration rights in my bit of the seabed here. This is only a tiny island, but it's a microcosm of what could happen in Shetland. That's the whole point.
A bit like a show home for the Shetland.
Yes. So, would you like a bit of supper?
It turns out that Stuart's not even a Shetlander. He comes from Bromley in Kent. But he's so determined his island should lead the way to independence, he's even written to the Queen.
Your Majesty, I have the honour to inform you that having obtained ownership of a small island in Shetland, I've returned it to the true legal and constitutional position of Shetland. Although facilities are not yet suitable, we will be delighted if Your Majesty will accept an invitation to make an official visit at a later stage. I wait in eager anticipation of your reply.
Did you get a reply yet?
Not yet.
Watch this space.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's always, there's this nutter on an island who's, you know, starting his own thing, wants independence. But to be honest, he's doing an extraordinary thing here and a courageous thing. And it obviously means an awful lot to him. He's not doing it lightheartedly. He's researched the bottom out of it for 5 years. But no way is he a nutter. I mean, look, on a night like this, it's beautiful here. Really magical. I think I'm going to go on the website and become an honorary citizen. Get myself a little piece of this coastline. It could become valuable real estate, you never know. Put a car park in, big tower block. Nice.
Is your money as active as you are? Active money for an active future.
My journey through the remote northern isles of Britain has brought me to the Shetlands. I'm here to experience the realities of island life.
The first of 2 ferries here. We get this to an island called Yell, then drive all the way up Yell and get another one to Unst.
The Shetlands are so isolated, they even have their own dialect called Shetlandic. The most northerly inhabited island in the chain is Unst. Unst has a unique, and some might say strange, culture.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, I'm Martin.
I'm Derek.
Oh, nice to meet you, Derek.
Egil Magnusson.
Egil's Magnusson.
Egil Magnusson.
Is that your real name?
No, my real name's Derek.
Oh, right.
Dressing as a Viking isn't just a weird fantasy for Derek. It's a question of geography.
You know, in my ignorance, I thought coming up here, Shetland's a bit of Scotland, but it's so far away from Scotland, isn't it?
Yeah. We're as near to Norway as we are. We're actually nearer to Bergen than we are to Aberdeen here.
Yeah, so
yeah. And yeah, look around all the place names of their Scandinavian origins, yeah.
God, look at these shields.
Yeah. These are all.
Every year, the people of Unst appoint a chief Viking, or Jarl, to lead the island's numerous Nordic festivals.
And if you look at 1947, we had an interesting surname here. So maybe you've got a bit of Viking in yourself.
Perhaps these are wings.
John Clunes, I would say.
Clunes, yeah. How do you get the gig?
And you're asked to do it, and if you agree, then you do it, yeah. Like when you're a boy, and that's what I always wanted to be. That was
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, I made it eventually.
Yeah.
Although the other Jarls have grown the obligatory beard, Derek has gone one step further.
I'm not sure if I can get up here.
Whoa.
That's the start of it.
My God, oh, that's a good one.
You can just see it, can you? Yeah. Get the same wolf shade up here.
Life's tough when you're a Viking.
Yeah. Bit of blood loss is nothing.
He's not the only one who's got a bit of Viking up his sleeve.
Look at that. 15p.
Mine, however, comes from a joke shop.
Guaranteed to last for...
Oh, up to a month.
It's no wonder the islanders feel in touch with their Norse roots. The Norwegians ruled Unst for 600 years, and before that, the Vikings were in charge. 30 Viking longhouses have been uncovered here, more than almost anywhere else in the world. The Nordic influence even extends to the Shetland's most famous inhabitants.
Oh, look. Shetland ponies.
Believed to be the result of crossbreeding with Viking horses.
I love these guys. We've got 4 of these little fellas at home. These foals are just adorable. All mind the cars.
It's the only type of traffic jam you'll get up here.
Everyone has to stop while the little foal has a drink of milk. Chaos.
With a population of just 500, Unst is a pretty empty place. But if you're a seabird, it's packed. Local guide Bryden Thomason introduced me to some of the 140,000 birds recorded at just one colony, which, as luck would have it for me, is right on the edge of a cliff.
Highest point of the reserve here, it's 170 metres, so it's quite a cliff.
I'm not a fan
But
of cliffs,
also
really.
quite a spectacle, though it's certainly
Wow.
worth it.
God, yes. Listen to them. Oh, it smells vile, isn't it?
It's quite a strong smell. It's over 100 years, probably a lot more of seabird poo.
Not so long ago, they used to eat gannets in the Outer Isles. Now they're a major tourist attraction.
There's over 17,000 breeding gannets here.
There's over 17,000 midges.
Jesus.
God, it's horrible.
Jesus.
Look at that, they're horrid. Why? Why midges? Hey.
They're feasting on us, big style.
The landscape on Unst is wild and dramatic, shaped by centuries of extreme weather. There are some signs of life, but to southerners like me, almost everything up here feels just a bit alien.
This bus stop's quite famous, actually. It has its own website. Oops. And it's lovely what they've done with it. They've got sweet peas. Someone's put an old computer there. It's quite silly, but it's nice. It speaks volumes about island life. That if all this were left probably anywhere on the mainland, it'd all get nicked, wouldn't it? Or vandalised or spoilt in some way. But it seems rather cherished.
There's no bus today, or much else really.
When
With no cinemas or theatres, the islanders make their own entertainment. On Saturdays, they hold music nights in the local hall. Whether you're 15 or 85, it's the social highlight of the week. What really impresses me about the people of Unst is the way they deal with their isolation through the sheer strength of their community spirit. To top off an intriguing day, I head outside. And although it's late at night, it's still light. Unst is so far north that in the midsummer it only gets dark for half an hour. All very unusual. All the islands have their own distinct characteristics. Way out in the Atlantic lie the Outer Hebrides, home to the biggest island of the UK, Lewis and Harris. But its size isn't the only reason it's unique.
So this is Lewis, the top half of an island that is Lewis and Harris. I thought they were two originally.